Hello everybody. I'm just out in the evening just for a little backyard chat. Things are getting more and more heated. The world is becoming more and more agitated. We've got a lot of riots going on in cities. You can bet your bottom dollar that most of these rioters, at least the leadership and some of the key people, are being paid to do this. The billionaires that want to change the world have enough money to spend $100,000 per riot and never even notice the money gone. So the riots in France and other places, they're not really rioting in the United States. That ought to worry everybody. We have an open border. They're picking up people on terrorist lists coming across the border, and they're saying that they're only getting 1%. There's probably enough terrorists in this country to basically mount an offensive against our military, especially since we're going to send everybody away. We're all going over to the Middle East. There's not going to be anybody here. Not enough. And our military force is down anyway. Okay, I'm telling you this just because that's what's in the news, and you're wondering, why is all this happening? The United States has got to be eliminated in this round for us not to be there. Because you see how we're there? Right now, we're probably keeping Russia. Now, they could beat us in an all-out war right now because we don't have the ability to sustain it, and they know that. But they don't want an all-out war either. Because when it gets right down to it, if you've got somebody cornered, Israel, and there's nothing left that they can do, Israel, they will use their nukes, and they have them. And we would use our nukes, and we'd obliterate everybody. So we're kind of at a point where they don't want to go that far. But you notice how they're not totally staying silent, but they're not getting out there and cheering on everybody. And the main thing is they're not ordering everybody to start. Hezbollah's doing a little bit of fighting, but not a lot. The Houthis are doing a little bit, but not a lot. It's just here. Just let them know we're here. And that's all they're doing. There's 150,000 missiles in Lebanon. They're firing anti-tank missiles, just little ones. This is going to get a lot bigger and a lot more destructive, and I'm afraid, because of our policies here in this country, that we're going to take a major hit. God doesn't let people get away with stuff, especially people that used to be loyal to Him. So, watch it escalate. We've got carriers over there now. Carriers are obsolete. They always have been, really, but you have to basically send an entire force with them because they're very vulnerable. If you can take out the force that supports them, you can take out the carrier. Now, I was on a destroyer, which was a carrier escort. We escorted the Enterprise around. The one in the Star Trek movie. Captain, we have the Enterprise. And that was the one that we escorted. But that was during Vietnam. It's no longer in effect. We got a low plane going by. I can't see it. I can't see it. It's just in the little bit of a cloud haze. There it is. Came out. Oh, okay, some kind of a Piper. Anyhow, don't worry about it. We're going to all see a lot of stuff come down. Wars and rumors of wars. We're going to see it. But we've got to see this complete. And with the alliances being set up between Russia and Iran, Russia will come down and attack Israel eventually, saying, here, we'll help you out, Iran. You don't like them, we'll help you get rid of them. help you manage the oil too, or the gas. It's all taking place. We're watching it set up. At the same time, we're watching all this militarily stuff set up. There's stuff going on in our government. Do you see, Biden's not going to be in the primaries. He doesn't need to waste his money. They're going to either make him stay. If we get attacked in a major way over in the Middle East, they're going to declare martial law and we're not going to have an election. So that's coming up. I've got everything I need to get to my new campsite, which I'll be doing on Wednesday. It looks like Wednesday is going to be the coldest day this season. I think we're going to get down to 30. I mean, that's all right. I've got 2 heaters for my tent, plenty of warm clothing. I went in and swapped some stuff around. I got a couple more things I got to put in storage. I got to get a couple more things out. As I'm doing my inventory, I'm finding things that I don't have. Because when we came out of there, I didn't really expect we would go back to camping for the winter, but didn't get my son situated the way I want, so we're going to leave him here, and I'm going back camping, and he doesn't like camping, so not if he has a choice, and right now he has a choice. I told him it's still available if you can't get along here anymore, so we'll see what happens. So pray for him. I'm going, is that my phone ringing? It can't be my phone ringing. I'm talking to it. Somebody's phone's ringing inside. So, just hold on tight. If you want to compare this ride to a roller coaster, we're going up. When we get to the top, there might be a momentary peace. And then hold on, coming down. Now, let's see how many of you trust the Lord coming down that roller coaster. Hands in the air. I miss being able to ride on those. I rode on them all the time. At Disneyland, I was in the first week of Space Mountain when they opened it. I don't know if anybody that's watching is from that area or was in that area. When they first opened Space Mountain, it was a little bit more radical, harder turns. They had to mellow it down a little bit. People were complaining. I thought it was great, but somebody walks up there with their cane or their walker and gets on it and thinks it's going to be Dumbo and the teacups or something. It's not. And they have signs, but people don't read signs and follow them. But anyhow, the roller coaster is getting ready to kick off. And it can happen any time because Israel basically has started their ground war. All 3, land, air, and sea, and they're doing it all. Basically, Hamas will be completely wiped out. Now, Iran doesn't want that. So they're probably going to do something to do that. They might even get help to do that. Turkey's talking tough. They're going to be involved eventually. But they're getting their alliances with Iran. So if they help Iran, that will help them to work together in an alliance. Busy time on the road. These aren't workers. These are people just out having fun today or work. Vacation from work, I guess. It'll be quieter next week when I get settled. I might go back to every day next week. We see how it is. It's just hard here. It takes me 2 days of people in and out and making noise and everything for me to get a video recorded. Once it's recorded, it's about 30 minutes to edit it and upload it, and then Rumble goes up immediately. Whenever I post, Rumble's up immediately. But YouTube takes about 45 minutes to an hour to inspect my videos, to see if they can be allowed. I've never been blocked, but I've got warnings. And I can tell when they're reviewing it if it's taking longer at certain phases. The one a week or so ago, I basically canceled because I was getting all kinds of little hits, so took it down. I was going to edit it, but it was going to be too choppy because I was talking like I would if I was going to post on Rumble, and I can't on YouTube. My numbers are down a little bit on YouTube, so they're probably back to full filtering now. I've got to see, and I got to get your help to make sure that we like and share these videos as much as we can. Tell your friends, get more people involved. We've got to get the word out. The word is real simple. The rapture is soon. Now, our current high watch time frame is in and around Halloween, because the Revelation 12 sign is Satan doing his thing. And what better day than on a Hallowed Eve, Satan Day? So we'll see. We've had all kinds of signs in the sky this month, but we've had them before. It's been over 6 years since we had the Revelation 12 sign. So was that the start of the season? Don't know. We've been waiting. Does it have to go a full 7 years? If it does, then that's next fall. And I don't see how it can, because it matches the timing for 2023. But we're all guessing. Everybody's guessing. If somebody can come in and if I were to say, and I've already proved this, if I were to say the rapture was tomorrow, somebody would come on and say, "You don't know the rapture's tomorrow. Nobody knows the rapture's tomorrow." Well, they're right. But I can guess. If I'm telling you it's a guess, then go with it. It's a guess. If I tell you I know for sure because God told me, not going to happen. So our current guess is Halloween or thereabouts. Don't know. We're not going to know. But I'm still making my videos. And I'll keep making my videos until, like I told you, my little vision of me going up filming the launch. And then we get to put it up on the big screen when we get to heaven. I don't know. Why wouldn't they have big screens? We've got them here. But we are coming back in a few years. A few short years. 3 to 7, depending on whose calendar you're using. And then we got 1,000 years down here. Are we going to have technology when we get back? God may take away our phones. We may not need them. Otherwise, we'll be going like this again. It is interesting to watch. Most of the people, especially people under, let's see, it's been 45, 50 years since Vietnam ended. We really haven't, I mean, we had a couple of skirmishes in the Middle East when we heartily won. There's been battles and stuff, but on the news and that, it was getting so bad for a little while. The news media was on the beach watching the Marines land, covering it live. How dumb can you think we are to put up with that? All right. Well, they're covering it live now, but we're covering it at distance. And you can find live camera shots all over the place. But it just shows you a skyline in a city. And if it's Gaza City, you might hear, I mean, we've been hearing a lot of explosions on some of these live shots. But they're not right down there covering the individual battles. More nuts falling from the trees. Some of them have caps on them. And then the nut falls out of that. You can eat these if they're good. This one's hollowed out, so there's no nut inside, it's just the shell. And that's a hint. I mean, if you get to where there's no food, the trees have them. But you don't want this to happen during winter. where we don't have food, because it's harder to get. You can grow stuff. You can take most of your vegetables from the market, if they haven't been processed too much, and plant them and grow stuff. Keeping in mind that if you put a tomato in the ground, and there's going to be multiple seeds inside of a tomato, and again, if they haven't irradiated it and destroyed it, organic would probably be your best bet. But you go get the seeds if you can find them. It's a lot better because they've been taken care of. But plant them, you're going to get, a bush of some sort, depending on what you plant, with multiples on it. So you sacrifice one to eat, and you get multiples. And you can plant them in pots. You don't have to go out and farm an acre and a half. I mean, if you've got an acre and a half that you can farm, that would be better. But you can grow them in pots on your deck. Doesn't take much. These are things that you can do to survive until we get out of here. But God's going to be aware of that. So, if we can live a week and a half without food, some of us have a little more stored away, then we can survive a week and a half. God will get us just before. He's got the timing down perfect. You don't have to worry about it. We play that little game, like I told you, with my finances. And He's perfect on the timing. I get it just in time, right when I need it. So He will be there when we need Him. For me, it's peaceful now. I know there's a war going on the other side of the world over there, but right now, and there's 7 hours ahead of us. Right now, it's peaceful where I'm at. But it can be peaceful for the people in the war too. They're praying when they go into battle, Lord, protect us. Give us the victory. A lot of the people are learning about God now. The Jews are learning about God, and you're going, well, that's crazy. That's where they came from. Yeah, but they don't practice over there. They haven't needed to. But now they're finding that there's a need. We turn to God in crisis. So there's a crisis going on over there, and they're going to be turning to God. The 144,000 will have ready minds, and that's the key. You can't talk about God or Jesus to anybody who's got a closed mind. You got to get God to open it first. So the Holy Spirit is the only guide to talking to people. Start talking about Jesus. If you get a blank stare or an angry stare, or they just walk away, they're not ready. Go on to the next. The people that are ready will be ready, though. So don't go up to them. Do you know about Jesus? Yeah, what can you tell me? Go get a Bible and read it. No. You got to be prepared with some memory verses, or at least a tract. I carry my Bible with me in the car. I carry tracts in the Bible. I use them as page markers, so I know they're there. Be prepared to talk to somebody about God. I'm trying to decide if I want to shave again. We're still not working. There's no work. They're still on strike. On the 11th, I think I'm supposed to work on my independent film again. The guy's actually got 3 consecutive films going, and I don't know which one. But I think I've told him I'm going to keep my beard off, because he films like every 3 to 6 weeks. And I sometimes have a beard, sometimes I don't in that stage. So I told him I keep my beard off. So I will have to shave, but I don't know if I want to right now yet. I'm feeling more rustic. I'm getting ready to go to my campsite. So I might not shave until after I get in place. They got bathrooms in the campsite. Porcelain, not outhouses. These are well equipped. They have electricity. And I have a microwave and a coffee maker and a skillet. More nuts falling. The trees, if you see behind me, are really changing. If you go back and look at my previous videos and look at the back, they're really changing. Those orange ones right there, those are really good. There's still some green in there. I don't see any pine in this area. So all those leaves behind me in about a month, month and a half will be gone. And you'll be able to see everything. When we first moved here, we moved here in the summer. Late summer. It hadn't turned cold, everything was green. And if you know the Atlanta area, we first stayed in a motel and then we went camping. I've always done camping. This is over 30 years ago. But we decided we wanted to see what the Atlanta area looked like where we were staying at a hotel. I don't even know if the motel, I don't even know if it's still there again. I think that's part of the area that the stadium took over. But anyhow, the baseball stadium, we decided to get on 285. It's a ring road that goes all around the Atlanta metropolitan area. It's a long drive. So it's not a, it's not a little short road. We drove all the way around that, and when we got back, we knew nothing more. I'm going to get bopped in the head here. We knew nothing more when we got back because it was full of trees. But when wintertime came and all the leaves were gone, we did the same drive and were amazed to see how much business was in there, how many homes were in there, lakes all over the place, but we didn't know. And at that time I was still flying, and I went out flying over the area, and again, because of the trees, I didn't see anything. Now, one of the areas that I would fly in is a pine forest, so it stayed that way, even in the winter. But a pizza delivery guy going out. Anyhow, back on topic. I keep going off on rabbit holes because everything's the same. It's getting progressively worse. That landed about 2 feet behind me. But don't worry about it. Something big is going to happen, and it's either going to be the rapture or something pertaining to these times. Someone's going to use a nuke because there's so much hatred out there. Satan is getting hate building up in the world. Rioting. People that can't handle it anymore are going off on murder sprees and then killing themselves. We've got earthquakes coming around, more so than ever before. Our earthquake protector, not protector, but projector, Dutch Sense, he said basically they've taken him offline. They won't let him get on the internet. I think he said he was using a DSL just so he could upload text, but he can't do any of his graphic programs. Even Starlink won't let him. So the government doesn't want him telling you about things coming. He wants everything. They want everything to be a surprise, to keep the tension up. And we have enough terrorists in this country to start a world war. You guarantee it. They're waiting for their marching orders. That's what everybody's doing. The Middle East, they're waiting. They're hoping to break down the morale of Israel, but they don't understand what they did. They didn't understand when they took down our Twin Towers how aggravated we would be. And we went after them, and we did a fairly major blow, but we quit. Nobody has the guts to take this to its fruition. Iran is doing all this stuff. I saw today that many of the Hamas leadership are billionaires. Where'd that money come from? Our rescue donations. Oh, let's feed the people. And then Hamas leadership takes it, puts some in their pocket, and uses the rest to build bunkers. They have an underground city underneath Hamas. They don't ever have to come up unless we turn off their fuel. That's why they're asking for fuel for hostages. If they get more fuel, they can stay buried beneath in their bunkers. And we can't get them, not easily. We'd have to basically raise the entire country. And there's too many people there that would suffer from it. And you notice, nobody wants them. Saudi Arabia doesn't want them. Egypt doesn't want them. None of the other areas want them. Nobody wants them. If they were that important, they would let them go across the border and set up camps. They don't want them. It's all a lie. All right. For a chat, I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, though. Keep watching. It's going to be very interesting. And don't worry about it. When it's bad enough for and I'm in the United States, so it's going to be the last place that sees it. But I'm expecting it to happen soon. When they turn everybody loose, it's going to be a big event. But since Russia's going to come down and attack Israel, that means Iran is not. And their proxies are not. They need help from a major country like Russia. Oh, and there's rumors that Putin is dead. I don't know. We get these all the time with celebrities. He has a heart problem. He's had a heart attack. So it's possible. We'll wait and see. Be safe. Have your plans for Hallowed Eve so you don't have to get caught in this satanic celebration. I mean, if you're just doing light costumes, I guess I'm not going to deny the kids. However, I would be very leery of the candy they bring back. There are crazies out there you don't believe. Your best bet is just take them to a festival someplace, a church fall festival. Be safe, everybody. We'll get out of here when it's time.